Hello children, welcome back to another session of concept learning with Math Buddy. We are going to be looking at how to compare numbers. How do we say if a number is smaller than or greater than the other number, right? And for this, we are going to use place value blocks. So the instrument that we have here is place value blocks. And within place value blocks, we have one flat, some rods, right? As we have seen in the other activities, the rods represent tens. And then there are these small units blocks. These represent ones, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take two numbers and we're going to look at how to compare them, okay? So let's take two numbers. Let's take the number. Let's say we want to compare 23 and 32. How do we compare numbers? So let's represent 23. How do we represent 23? Let's represent the first number here and the second number here. How do we represent the number 23? 23 has got two tens and three ones. So let's place two tens here and three ones here. Okay. And 32 has got three tens and two ones. Okay. So when we want to compare these two numbers, this is 23, this is 32. Can you tell me which number is more? What do we do to find out which number is more? Do we look at the ones place and say that this is more than this? This has got three ones and this has got two ones, so this number is more. Or do we look at the tens place and see that the tens, I have got three tens here and I've got two tens here. Therefore, this number is more than this number. How do we determine which is correct? Okay, so for that, I want you to think back a minute. What does 1/10 mean? 1/10 means it's got 10 of these small squares, right? So how many 10 of these small squares we've got? We've got 10 here, another 10 here, which is 20, and then another 10 here, which is 30, right? So if you look at this, there are a lot more small squares here. And then this one has got two such strips. Basically, it's got 20 small squares. So looking at these things, you can see that this has got 10 more small squares. The 30 has got 10 more small squares compared to this, right? So you can say that this number is more than what we have here, right? So the first number, when you compare the first number and the second number, you can easily say that the second number has lot more tens and therefore this number is more than this one, right? So whenever we compare two numbers, first we start from the left, okay? We start from the left, we look at the number in the tens place and see which one has more number of tens. And whichever number has more number of tens is the larger number. Why is that? Again, because each 10 represents 10 of these small ones, right? And if the tens are the same, let's say that we were comparing two numbers, 23 and 22, right? In this case, both the tens are the same. Then we go to the next place, right? And we look at the number of ones. And you can see that there are three ones here and two ones here. Therefore, this number 23 is more than this number. That's how we compare two numbers. Okay. Now let's take one or two more examples just to make it clear. So let's say we want to compare. So how do we write this thing, which is more than, which is less? So 32 is more than 23. So we write a symbol like this, right? Whichever side the number is more, the crocodile opens its mouth like this, right? So that's how we get the less than symbol. Okay, let's take one more example. Let's say I want to compare the numbers 32 and 45, right? How do we compare these numbers? Again, we represent 32. So you place 3 and 2. And we place 45 here. So this is 32. Let's place 45 plus by placing 4 of these tens blocks and 5 of these ones blocks. Right? So you can see by looking at these things. First, we look at the tens place. This has got more number of tens. Right? So this second number is obviously is a bigger number compared to the first number. Okay. When the second number has got more tens, you don't even have to look at the number of ones. Doesn't really matter. Okay. You need to only look at the tens place. Only if the tens place is the same in both cases, then you need to go to the ones place. Okay. Just one more example. Let's say I want to compare the number 29 and I want to compare this against 25. Which is more? So again, just represent 29 first. So 2 and then there is 9 here, right? So you place 9 of these units here. So that's 29. And then we represent 25 below that. So 2 and then 5 of these units. Right, so that represents 29. This represents 25. Which one is bigger and which is smaller? So again, we start from the tens place. This has got 2 tens. This has also got 2 tens, right? So using the tens place, we cannot say which is the bigger number. Then we go to the ones place, which has got more number of ones. The first number has got 9 ones. The second number has got only 5 ones. So obviously the first number is a bigger number, right? So how do we draw this greater than symbol? So the crocodile opens its mouth towards a bigger number and we saw that 29 is a bigger number. So you just put a symbol like this, right? So 29 is greater than 25. So I hope you all enjoyed this activity. And if you have any questions, write to us at support@mathbuddyonline.com. Thank you.